how would you suggest that a nonprofit step into the 21st century and leverage media to its advantage? But more specifically, how would you suggest a health organization? I know that's not your forte, but what would you suggest? What are the basic tenets you would suggest to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America? What would be the first steps that we should take?
You want the diplomatic answer? Or do you
No,
want my visceral reaction?
I want the visceral reaction.
Did you just use the F word?
I did.
Are you allowed to do that?
You were absolutely allowed to use it.
Oh, okay. I didn't fucking know that.
Okay, we got that one out of the way.
Okay, so, well, what most nonprofits could do to immediately improve the whole marketing and social media approach is to fire everyone in that department.
Oh, okay.
That would probably be the first thing, because most of the people that, the nonprofit sector is kind of like the government sector. It's kind of like where a lot of people go hide.
Mm-hmm.
And I certainly prefer not to hire people who want to go into when someone starts their job approach or application with, I've always wanted to work in the nonprofit sector. It's kind of like people saying, I've always wanted to work in government. I mean, if your goal is to control other people's lives, your resume is going in the shredder right away. I think that what you want to ensure is that the people that are in that department are people who themselves are using it. If it's simple. Ask whoever is in that marketing department, do you use Snapchat? Actually, don't even ask them that. Ask them, I'd like to add you to my Snapchat. I'd like to look at your snaps. And they'll respond with, I don't use that. What's that like? That'll be the first indicator that you have a problem. Look at their Twitter account. Do they actually have one? And by the way, have one means not occasionally tweet something, and ask them, are they subcontracting that to an outside agency?
We have someone in the national office in New York City.
Okay.
So who runs that?
Okay. Look at the tweets.
Mm-hmm.
Is this real? Is this real? Is there an interaction going back and forth? Same with Facebook. So many people have discounted Facebook. The number of shares and the influence of shares is astonishing. Now, videos on YouTube is a little different because this is where production value clashes against, I need to get it done now.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, this is where you need to select which platform is going to be the most effective one, especially if you have a quality control issue and you want to focus on making sure you always put your best foot forward. I would rather wait an extra day than put something up that I don't think communicates the quality and values and especially if you're spending other people's money. So I would start with that. The other thing is you need to get people who are in that nonprofit to stop believing. Like I remember one person who was involved in the fight against, not the fight, but rather the looking for the cure for retinitis pigmentosa, mm-hmm. a disease, a terrible degenerative disease of the eye. And one of their marketing people once told me that unfortunately we're never going to really be that successful because cancer is more important. And I was like, if your mission is to solve this problem and you don't see it internally as the most important problem there is, then what are you doing working here? Do you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It really is, you in nonprofits, you need that passion. And of course it should be backed by thoroughness and a high level of team spirit and self-structure and so on and so forth. But you really, for that particular foundation, if ask so many people what Crohn's disease is, nobody knows.
Mm-hmm. It's not sexy.
It's not. Well, it doesn't matter if it's sexy. It's an issue, and it's something that can be humanized pretty quickly, and people can explain it. And you explain to someone how it is that a young teenager has it and how it impacts their life. In 60 to 180 seconds, you can communicate this and get someone to get it. And that opens a whole bunch of new pathways.